Hello everyone, how are you doing? This is MD Tech here with another quick tutorial. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you guys several ways of how to improve or decrease your boot time on your Windows computer. So this tutorial will apply for Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10 computers. So this should hopefully be a pretty straightforward tutorial, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first thing we're going to do is open up the Start menu. Just go ahead and left click on the Start button one time. Into the Start menu search, you want to type in Windows Features. Best match should come back with turn Windows features on or off. Go ahead and left click on that one time. Give it a moment here to load up the turn Windows feature on or off window. You want to scroll down until you find the area that says Windows Subsystem for Linux. If you notice that there's currently a check mark next to it, you want to uncheck it. I don't have one on my system, but if you did, you want to uncheck it and then select OK. Once you're done with that, now you want to go open up the Start menu, type in msconfig. Best match should come back with system configuration. Go ahead and left click on that. Select the Startup tab, and then if you're on Windows 10, you're going to have to select the Open Task Manager button. Otherwise, it should automatically show you the same listing in the System Configuration utility if you're on Windows 7 or Windows 8. Now you should see a list of all the startup programs on your computer. You should feel free to disable unnecessary ones, so assuming it's not an antivirus. If you notice there's several programs in here, including printers, feel free to just select it and then select the disable button down here at the bottom. You can see the startup impact listed on the right side, so if it's currently enabled, it'll say either low, medium, or high. If startup impact is none, that means it has already been disabled upon restarting your computer, so it's already been disabled, so it's not being tracked. But if it says high or low or medium, that means that it has been starting up every time your computer turns on. So that's generally unnecessary. So we're going to close out of here. Another thing we can try would be to open up the Start menu again, type in Adjust Performance. Best match should come back with Adjust the Appearance and Performance of Windows. Left click on that. Select the Advanced tab, and then select Change underneath Virtual Memory. Uncheck the box which says Automatically Manage Paging File Size for all drives, and then select Custom Size. I'd recommend the initial size be the recommended amount listed under here, so I'm going to type in 1115. Again, this will be different in your case, or I should say 1151. And maximum size, I'm going to round up a little bit. It's approximate here, doesn't have to be exact, but I'm going to round it to 1200. Again, in your case, it should be different. Select Set, and then left click on OK. You will have to restart your computer, so go ahead and left click on OK. Then select Apply and OK. Restart your computer, and hopefully I would have also been able to speed it up a little bit. Another thing you can do, if you're the only person that uses your computer, would be to bypass the login and lock screen when you're booting up your computer. So rather than having to wait to get to the login screen, then type in your credentials and then let your desktop load, this will just kind of go right through it, so you don't have to wait around for that. So in order to do that, it's very simple. Open up the Start menu, type in NETPLWIZ. Best match should come back with NetPLWIZ if you spelled it correctly. Right click on it and then left click on Run as Administrator. Uncheck the box where it says users must enter a username and password to use this computer. Just keep in mind if you're the only one using this computer and you don't feel the need to have a password protected logon, that's what I'm showing you guys here. If you don't want to have it like that, that's fine. Just don't do this method. So once you have that, you're going to go ahead and just left click on Apply. You will have to enter in your current password and you'll have to confirm the password down here. I currently don't actually have a password on this computer, so it's going to be blank in both fields for me, but otherwise you guys are going to have to enter in your password there, and then left click on OK to confirm, restart your computer, and that should hopefully be about it. So as always, thank you guys for watching this brief tutorial. I hope I was able to help you out, and I do look forward to catching you all in the next tutorial. Goodbye.